Good morning, family. Thank you for joining us on today's live on Equa Television International. And today we are going to be looking the topic social media misconduct. And like we do always, please join us on our social media handle so that this conversation will be interesting. Yesterday, so many comments, so many likes, and then we couldn't really take those comments. But trust us, today we will do justice to that segment. So please keep the comments coming. Let's talk. Let's see how we're going to trash this topic today. Hoping that we're going to bless someone out there. And then in the house, we are full. I have Prudence, Burger, and then I have Joyce Jakada. Joyce, this smile.
I'm just thinking on your behalf. Have somebody be like, wow, I have the house is full. So me, I'm out. I've been replaced.
It's when I said.
Happily missing me. Wow. I told you come for you.
It's when I said that. Then it was done on me. Then I now said, "Is your social intelligence
okay? By Monday,
intact?"
Tony and Jemima will come for you. You said. House.
I mean the regular faces, for this week.
Okay, so they are not right. Okay,
no,
this
week. Yes,
okay,
regular faces.
Let me help you and be correcting.
Whatever comes out of you, we'll share now.
I cannot share. You
Please,
will take your cross.
Love in sharing.
No, social intelligence make me today in my day. I will understand with you, and that's why I'm warning you ahead of time. But it's interesting too. It's Friday, and I can say TGIF because we don't say that every Friday. They said when you begin to say TGIF every Friday, something is wrong with you.
It's
Change
true.
your job. You don't like it. You're not passionate about it. Which one is TGIF? So if it is every Friday, then something is wrong with that job. You're not happy because whatever you have interest in, whatever you're passionate about, you can't wait to see yourself doing it. You can't wait to see the outcome of that thing that you're doing. So for us, we can say that at least I did not say it since last year. Since beginning of last year, I did not say it. TGIF. Let's rest. Let's rest. Even though for us from this side, it's not really as people expect or they do, because the media station. But thank God for the gift of another day. It's Friday, and we can't but thank Him for the blessings of the week. It has been really fruitful. It has been a blessing, and we thank God for that.
Really?
Sambo Slomo was saying, we are talking about social media misconduct, and I was just wondering in my head, like, now my data now my phone. It's my phone, it's my data. So is there anything that should constitute misconduct on social media? I mean, I created the page. My WhatsApp, be it Instagram, Facebook, Instagram, like, it's my own now. So why should there be rules and regulations that are guiding it? And I know that a lot of people think, you see people hashtag now my data. So it means that I should be free now. I should say what I want to say. I should do what I want to do. Freedom of expression and all of that. But what constitutes misconduct on social media? I think is a question that needs to be addressed. A lot of people do not know. But thankfully, this is a good topic because people will find out when you're thinking that is your data, is your space, is your phone, is your everything. So you have the right to express yourself whichever way you would. Then they said freedom of speech is there, but freedom after speech is not guaranteed. And that's why we are discussing social media misconduct, and it like, don't touch that dial, just be on your phone, watch, join till the end, so that you will save yourself from anything that will constitute misconduct that you will end up regretting, because of course there are punishments. These things there are some things we do, but we don't know that it's enshrined in our laws. So at the end of the day, you are biting your tongue. You are saying, I didn't know. Somebody made a post against the couple some weeks back, after they decided to show the face of their child, and that's Mercy Chinwo. A lot of people were saying, this baby looks like this popular gospel singer, and people were saying, some people were posting, bloggers saying that nothing anybody would tell them, this child belongs to this person. And how can you vouch? Like, you say that nothing anybody would tell you this child belongs to this person, or you say the father, the mother have to answer certain question, like she should say what, because this child is actually this. Like, you're not even saying you think this person resembles this alone, no, but you're saying there's nothing that should. So when a lawsuit was constituted against that, such people, some people felt preyed, and at the end of the day, one of them went, and he was apologizing. The so person, the husband, and so person, the third party, I want to sincerely apologize for what I actually said. It is trying to justify, or like now being apologized. Okay, before you were thinking is your data, you were thinking is your space. You did not know that they are. So now you have to dance to the tune of, you have to appear before the court. You have to. So people don't know that even defamation, all of these things, like people don't know what constitutes that. But well, this is a great conversation. I know it will be. So I just hope that at the end of the day, everybody will learn how to like behave his or herself on social media.
Exactly. And I love where you're coming from. See, the thing is, every community is ruled by rules and regulations. Every community has their laws, their norms, and their beliefs and their culture. And all these things are guided by a rule, a regulation, a constitution. So how do you expect the community, the social media community, to be devoid of rules and regulations? No. These things are applicable even on the social media platform, because it's a community as well. It's not an abstract world or something. No, it is a community with real life people there in it. And whatever you're doing has repercussions on people who are living their lives. So you can't just go ahead and be living your life anyhow on the social media and you think that it doesn't affect nobody just because it's your data. No. From where she's coming from, she spoke about defamation, and at the end of the day, lawsuits flying here and there, and people are now coming back being apologetic and all that. It's just that you don't even know what you're saying, or you don't even know the rules and regulations that are guiding your community, that you would go out and just write out or say whatever comes to your mind without you verifying your facts. Verification of facts is key and important in every single thing you're doing. See, for instance, when you're talking about cyberbullying, another misconduct on the social media, it is rampant. You find people throwing words at each other. You find countries, okay, this person is from this country and that person is from this country, and they are just dragging each other through the mud and onto social media. And when these things escalate, it gets to be a full-blown war between two countries on social media. It's not physical, but then it's there. And I mentioned bullying. Bullies, whatever, they've dragged this person through the mud. Tomorrow you're hearing that this person committed suicide because this thing happened on social media. And if the police starts their investigations, or the cops, whoever it is, the military do their investigation, you hear people coming out and say, oh no, I did not know that this would lead this person, and all these things. Then at the end of the day, you're filled with regret. A lot of things we're doing on the social media is because we don't care about regulations and rules. So that's basically the point I'm trying to make. It's really important that we factor regulations and rules in whatever you're doing, and also being sensitive to people. Yesterday we were talking about social interaction. This is it. Social interaction does not only mean you interacting with someone physically. No, even that on the social media. That's why it is called social media. It's all about you being social. It just makes your interactions with people easier. That's basically what the social media was placed for. So if you don't have good communication morals to talk to people or to communicate with someone on the social media, then you would end up stepping on toes. And not just stepping on toes, you would do things that are harmful to even yourself on the long run. One instance is someone, so I think barely a week ago, an actor a celebrated actor in Nigeria, died. He drowned. And so when he was dragged out of the sea, a lot of people had taken pictures of his body and all that, and some of them used it to post on social media. And at the end of the day, this person had to, because of how people were like, okay, so why can't you be sensitive? Why would you just decide to post this man's body on the social media just like that? Is there no privacy for this person or his family? Is there no privacy? See the way he was even kept. There was just a lot of dragging. This person had to go back and delete his post. All this person did was to drag in viewers for himself. Okay, so this man is trending. Because of his death, this man is trending. So I can use that as leverage for myself to up my followers as well. And a lot of other people did the same. But then again, they had to go back and delete because there was a lot of battles there. So a lot of things we're doing is because we are not sensitive and we really don't care about rules and regulations.
You know, social media, it's something that most people see it as just a space of freedom that doesn't even demand regulations.
But how free is freedom? That's one thing that people don't understand. Freedom has its boundaries. My freedom should not infringe on Joyce's freedom. Neither should Joyce's freedom infringe on your freedom. So everybody has freedom to do what they need to do or they want to do. But then again, you have to be conscious of your neighbor. Your freedom can be a bridge to your neighbor's freedom. It can be a barrier to your neighbor's freedom. You could probably, this is what I'm trying to say. If I am free to say whatever I want to say, and I say it, it could be detrimental to her identity and her character if I go ahead and say things that are not true about her. It's freedom of speech. I can't talk. I can't say what I want to say, but I'm affecting my sister over here. So how free is freedom? When we talk about freedom, people just think that it's just liberty for you to do whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, not within the confines of a constitution or a rule or a regulation. The moment you bound by those rules and regulations, people begin to think that, okay, so people are beginning to infringe on my rights and my freedom. But that's not what it is. It's those boundaries are there so that you would curtail your freedom so that you do not cause problem or harm to your neighbor. And that's where the social media has gotten it really wrong. People have decided that, okay, so this platform has become somewhere that I can just do whatever I want to do. That freedom that I cannot have physically, the freedom I can just blab whatever I want to blab to someone or about someone in front of him, I can go ahead and do it on social media, and this person is basically not going to do anything.
I think social media did not get nothing wrong. It is the individuals that use the social media that get things wrong. Because like you mentioned earlier on, it's just to make communication or relationship easier. The fact that I'm out of town, I can still relate with my parents. I can still relate with my siblings. I can still work remotely. Like a lot of organizations today are on social media. We're doing this program today. We are streaming live on social media. So the existence of social media in itself is not wrong. But the people that use the social media, like how many people know what the law says? How many people even know their rights? A lot of people's rights are being infringed upon because they do not even know what their right is. You don't know where your rights start and where it ends. You just think everybody's just moving with, like a lot of people moving in ignorance. Oh, it's my data, it's my space. I can see. Don't come to my timeline and challenge me. I will delete you. Or if you want to say, go to your timeline and see that. See, even on the social media, like Prudence said earlier, it's also a community that is guided by laws. It's just that these laws are not very pronounced. But if you go there and ask lawyers to interpret, there are a lot of laws that this social, especially that as it concerns internet, there are a lot of laws that are guiding it. So you can't just go out there and start misbehaving in the name of, okay, oh, my freedom, oh, now that social media is existing. It will even make it easy for you to be like arraigned. Because this is the evidence. Everybody have it. There are people that made posts and deleted it, but people have it already. That's gone viral. There's nothing you can do about it. So it makes it easy that this person, this is they will just get you easily. So that we have social media is not a guarantee that we should just misbehave. Because when you talk about misconduct, is you violating like acceptable standard. There is an acceptable standard of behavior, and you decided that I will violate it. I'm going to cause disruption. I'm going to cause damage. I'm going to cause hurt. Most of the conflict that we're experiencing today, when you check their root, especially political, is from social media. All this ethno-religious conflict, social media. Somebody will just go on social media and just make one post. And then the other person from the other religion is feeling that, oh, this is defamation. Oh, this is... They just decide that, okay, we are going to escalate this issue. And before you know, they are throwing images left, right, center. And another person in another state is saying, oh, this is against my religion. Like, this is a fight against my religion. And it's picking up the fight too there. People go on social media, drop false information. And then people pick it. There are laws guiding all of this. So that we have social media does not give us the right to just misbehave because oh, it's social media, it's my phone, I'm inside my room, you'll be inside that room, they'll come and arrest you. So we need to be guided on what the law says. Why should I decide that I'll be that one person that will violate acceptable standard? I'll be that one person that will cause harm, disruption. You know that thing, sometimes when you want to make a post, like read it over and over again. There's something that you will later discover that ordinary if you are just post it. If we are to use our emotions, then every minute we are going to be posting, because that's what some people do. You just, a situation will happen, you want to be among the first people that will analyze the situation, and you don't have evidence. Imagine somebody sitting in Lagos and there is an attack in Bokos, and the person is writing telling you that I think it's the fault of the people in that community in Bokos. You don't have any idea. You were not there. You are in Lagos. This thing is happening in Plateau State, in Bokos local government area. Not even the people in Bokos are saying this is the root cause or this is how this thing happened. But you in Lagos, why? Because you are related to another person that is in that same community that called you, or somewhere else, or in the same state that called you and say, is a lie. All these things they are painting is that's not the true picture, and you two decide to make because you have data. The law will catch up with you.
But talking about unacceptable way of doing things, of acceptable behavior, should we say that social media has a guiding principle? Because it's another question to ask. Because sometimes, you know, what you see out there on the social media, you start asking yourself, is it that the one here in Nigeria, is it the one that is free like that, that it doesn't have rules and guidelines on how things are being done? Because you will hear in some countries they will tell you, like, this thing that you are seeing can take someone to jail for the remaining of his existence, like life imprisonment. And then here you will just see us catching crews with it. Is it that we are ignorant, or is it that our laws are not effective, or is it that truly there is no rule guiding us using those platforms here in Nigeria?
Well, there are rules. There are rules. And I want to take it from this angle. I think it's more about the citizens not really caring that much about the rules. This is it. We've heard of, I'm going to practically say his name, Donald Trump, had a number of times where his accounts were being closed. This is why. When anybody sees that this is affecting me, or this is going to be infringing on my own rights or freedom, and this is really not acceptable, this person just goes ahead and reports the account. If you have a number of reports, the almost every social media platform has this. If you reach a number of reports for a post, they either pull down the post, or they shut down the person's account. But you see what we do in Nigeria. A lot of times we see that this person is doing something, and you know that this thing is not right, and you know that you're supposed to report that person, but you don't report it, and you just slide and say, it is business. we really do have that kind of behavior a lot of times. It's his business, it's her business. Oh, these people are doing this, I can just drop my own and catch cruise, let's laugh and go, or something like that. So we have this attitude of this I don't care attitude, and it really is one of the reasons why we're having these major issues. If each and every one of us would come out and do this, okay, so this person is really doing something harmful over here with this post that he posted. Let's go ahead and report. You've reached a certain people, a number of people have done that. This post is either pulled down, or this person's account is closed, or this person is bad. So these are certain precautions that have been placed by the social media itself, by the platforms that are there, and we have refused to utilize. A lot of times that's what really happens.
I would like to agree with Prudence as well. It's not about lack of law. Like, there's always law. The law is there. It's about, we don't take the law serious. And even those implementing it, like, you always hear overwhelmed, and then they cannot all go all round and all of that. You have to wait for a policeman to stand while you use their platform before you do the right. Of this social in itself, it has rules. That's what I tell you. Some people tell you, like, tell you, they want you to bring down your or people, certain number of people, like she said, report it. Maybe you are used to posting things that are offensive to other people. Warn you if you continue down that. So social media handle in itself has or states also like rules guiding our videos. And that's why misconduct in itself is you violating like acceptable standards. So there are acceptable standards that are already existing of how we should relate with one another. So by the time you engage in cyberbullying, for example, your own is to go on social media, put people's picture and insult them, or because you think you are a citizen and this person is a governor, you have the right to insult him because he's a governor, and then you as the citizen, you are not happy that is not your political party that emerged as the winner or that produced the governor. You decide that, oh, I'm going to be that critic, not a constructive critic, but a destructive one, that I want to say everything negative, the things that are wrong, and you have no evidence. See, you're going to face the full wrath of the law. It will catch up with you. There are a lot of people that were arrested and they had no explanation. At the end of the day, it's just like, okay, somebody somewhere sat and gave them data to be doing that, and they are doing that. That's why today you hear, oh, this person is a data boy, data boys, because they are always attacking without any evidence. How can you come up and just insult somebody, attack the person's integrity, and say that, okay, it was somebody that told you this and that? And a lot of us found ourselves in the same thing. You just see a post, you have not digested, you have not verified, but you are sharing it. It's wrong. Most of these WhatsApp groups that we're even in, their policies are guiding you. They tell you, you read the description, it tells you that this group is Today's Life Community and is strictly for discussion or anything that has to do with this program. Today's Life. But wherever you are, because you are in your own home and your own state, you decide to post the link of your office in that group, or you post one graphics or a flyer about an event, your cultural event. You are violating the policy of that particular WhatsApp group. And that's why the admin can remove you, because from the description and from the explanation, like beforehand, it was like, this group is meant for this, and then you decide to violate it. The admin of that group can remove you. I remember an encounter one time, one group that I was in, already there was description, and then this particular person decided to post one link that there was not, like, just a link. I deleted the link. The person sent it again. I deleted it. And I decided to remove the person from the group. Was the person learning from what was shared in the group? Yes. But for violating that, the rules say you will leave that group. And as the admin, you will leave it. So a lot of times there are policies that are there. There are acceptable standards of behaviors. But we choose to go against it. And going against it will constitute harm, damage, and disruption. That's why I gave the example of conflict situation. You just go and make a post, like just post a dead body or something that happened 10 years ago. You just post the dead body of the person and you say that this person was killed an hour ago in a Christian dominated area in so state, and you upload it, and immediately the people in the other, maybe a Muslim dominated area, now they are aggrieved. They are pained that, oh, our brother was killed in this area, and they start blocking roads. Anybody that is not their religion, they start killing it. You have caused disruption, and that's unlawful. That act is not good. Most times we do it. You just go and carry people's picture, you post, and there are people that while they're on public transport, they snap someone and they upload it. You as a teacher, your student is struggling to communicate in English because of how he was raised and the community that he was brought up from. And then you are videoing that child that is struggling to speak. He's trying to communicate in the language you understand. You say, no, speak English, I don't understand Hausa. And the child is struggling, even in tears, just so that he can communicate to you. And you end up uploading it on social media. Like, that is wrong. Some privacy rule that we oftentimes go against. A child's private part. You snap a child that is naked and you upload it on social media. Do you know what that is going to do to the child in future? He might be ignorant of a lot of things now, but social media does not forget. And that's why a lot of people say, tomorrow, as an adolescent or as an adult child, eventually somebody shows him this picture. Do you know what it's going to do to the child? So all of this conduct might just look like we are catching cruise. And that's how we behave. Everything is cruise. Or everything is content. You just want to gather followers for yourself. So let me be the first person. They tell you good news is not a news. It has to be bad. So what can I just come up with? Somebody is eating at a restaurant, and without his consent, you are videoing the person. And then you are uploading it on social media to say that, see how this person is eating. That person is a celebrity. Do you know what you have done to the person's integrity, his image, his esteem? Now he has to struggle to get probably a PR to correct all of that. Sometimes we take a scene from movies and say that this person is actually a rude person and a wicked person. See how this person is behaving. And people, you make him look bad in the eyes of right-standing people of the society. All these things are misconduct, and we just need to be guided. As much as you are in your house and is your phone and is your data, you need to be guided. If not, you will get arrested. You face the law. I just set an example of those people that were posting him initially and saying this child is so person's child. There's nothing you tell me. This woman should come out and tell us what she did with so person. But when there was a lawsuit against all of them, people now start going on social media to apologize. Some of them I'm helpless, even crying. But when you were posting, you didn't know. You were thinking that you have the right to just misbehave on social media. So that we have access to social media and data and free Wi-Fi or hotspots does not mean we should just misbehave and post anything we want to. You must be guided, and you must respect people's privacy and people's space.
Yeah, and emphasis on the people's privacy and space. I think that people have decided in their hearts or in their minds that a dead person no longer has privacy. Because you go ahead, and that would also mean that you're saying the family of that person don't have privacy. Because you just go on the social media and you see pictures of these dead bodies being posted and things like that. It's like you're not even sensitive to what people are viewing. And this is something that you made public. Because you in some of these times you have to post, you're asked whether you want to post it to friends or you want to make it public. And more times exactly, you go public and people are seeing this thing. You're not even, I don't understand how people think when you go on social media. It's like your humanity is being dropped somewhere. You've trashed it somewhere. And then you're just leaving without the humanity, an empty shell. And so you just do whatever you decide to do, and you don't even care whether it is hurting someone, whether it is going to affect someone, whether it's going to lead someone to one thing or the other. Something of that nature happened to one artist that I read about, and this artist ended up committing suicide and killed himself because there was a lot of backlash on him. And when the police is doing their investigation and beginning to arrest people, you see people coming out on social media and they're apologizing. We did not mean it. We did not know that he was facing this kind of trauma or that kind of trauma. All the more reason why tomorrow you should not do it again. But you still find the same people doing the same thing all over again tomorrow. You don't know whether the person you're trying to drag has an underlying mental illness or not. And you see a lot of people working and they're looking good and looking fresh and kind and lovely and just glowing. And you just think that this person is healthy and all, so you can drag him however you want to. You can't say anything about this person and not care. But this person is struggling inside. And when you say the smallest thing, it's a trigger. So we need to be careful. We can't have blood on our hands without actually taking the axe to kill this person. But you already have blood on your hands because you say you've written something. Why is it that it is said of the media that the pen is mightier than the sword? Because what the sword cannot do, the pen does. The pen kills your self-esteem. The pen kills your morality. It kills your person without anybody having to come out, and it just does a lot of damage. So we need to be deliberate about not taking misconduct into the social media. It is, in fact, in our communities, we need to be strong and firm about misconduct. Like, let's try our best to minimize it to the littlest portion possible.
You know,
if
we
it
have
has to.
sensationalized almost everything on social media. Everybody wants to be the first person to break out the news. So regardless of whether you are found out whether it's true or not, you want to just post. I worked in a place where I lost a colleague that we share the same name, and so that happened when I was not in town. And immediately that happened, some people were so in a hurry to make the post. And where I was, I had received the news from one of my colleagues that this was what happened. So it was one of the darkest nights, one of the longest nights. Managed to sleep. In the morning, I woke up and I saw a lot of missed calls. Before I returned the call, I went on social media and I saw somebody writing RIP. Like my name.
Wow.
I was going up, I saw another one. While I was trying to DM the person, I saw another one. Like, this is misinformation. And Prudence was talking about how that the damage, we don't even think about the people's family. Look at that actor that got drawn. Imagine the wife is just on social media at that point. She was just trying to, and just seeing that. You, in your own thoughts, what you're trying to do is just to be the first person to pass the information. I remember someone that knew me that time just called, and when I picked her call, she just ended the call. Like, it was, okay, let me confirm which of the joys. And I called the other person. I said, Oga, how far? You went to make a post and you put my name. Imagine, I'm not even in the same state with my family members. And them seeing that, unknown to me, some had called my elder sister and asking, Kai, some were even already greeting. Kai, sorry for what happened. And she was like, what? Well, I had earlier called her to say that, we lost a colleague and all of that. She said, no, she's not the one. So why won't you verify the information? Why are you in a hurry? Someone say that you will not even know that people have your picture until you die. That just die first. You will do your birthday. Every good thing will happen to you. But you will not see people identifying with you. But when you die, people dig out pictures. You wonder that. So you people have this relationship with this person. Because when you check people's timeline, like their birthdays, and see people that celebrate them, and then when the person die, you see hundreds of thousands of people making posts. Everybody trying to share a memory of how we were in secondary school, how we met, how we grew up together, how we played together. But the person did birthday a year ago. You didn't make a post. So we are just
a month ago.
We are so in a hurry, like we can't wait. You are just told that this person died. Oh, you didn't even call the family. You have not gone to visit, but you have already uploaded a picture with the person. R.I.P. Like how we love to do that kind of R.I.P. You just want to rest in peace. Somebody that was sick for months you did not know, but you want to be the first to pass the information. How would you feel when they say, no, this person he didn't die, he was just sick, but you had made the post already? So we should not be in a hurry to mislead people. We see a lot of misinformation on social media, and that's why so people will tell you that when they want to, like most of these news, that at the end of the day you verify some of them to be true, you first see them on social media. But people don't want to believe because of how that they have been misled over time, and they want to hear it from the conventional media station. Is this true? Is this true or not? And even in the media station, they want to choose, no, I think this particular station will tell you the right information. So we should not be in a hurry to be the first to break the news if you are not sure. But if you're sure of what you are posting, fine. Make sure you verify. Make sure you have evidence. Don't go on social media and start joining other people to backlash people. You just see a post that, this particular Geo is a stupid man. He did this, he did that. And you went and started right up on your own page. Did you see the video? Were you there? So ensure that you also, there's nothing wrong in you analyzing a situation. Exactly. But let me have the information. Okay, recently there was one Geo that trended for a situation between him and one of his members, where he said, oh, you were lying and all of that. When I saw people making posts and analyzing, accusing and counter accusation, that was not my problem. I want to see that video. And then watch it for yourself before you join. Some people, out of emotions, they want to go and comment and say, was this what the person gist me? What is happening? And the person will gist you, and you too, you want to comment back. But you did not watch the real video to see what actually happened. People can just give you information from their own point of view. We don't really know how certain things that we do damage people psychologically. People are going through a whole lot. And imagine logging on Facebook and seeing somebody posting your picture and saying that this person is a criminal. It was here in Just that we lost a young man because somebody decided to say that, hey, this person is a thief. And then everybody decided to stone the person. And that's how this young man just died. And the same thing we do on social media. We just take people's names and their picture and say, this person did this. Before you know it has gone viral. And then how do you want that person to go and explain to everybody that's downloaded that information on his page? So he has to live with that pain. He has to live with that embarrassment. The stigma. He has to live with it. Some people tell you they have, even as celebrities, they are off social media for their sanity. At some point, even our president said that during the campaign season before the election, that he's saving himself from problem. He's not logging on social media. We engage in hate speech, say things that are terrible and detrimental to people's image, and we don't care. Sometimes I just think on behalf of the people, if that same thing is done to you, how would you feel? So let's not just, it's really detrimental to people. Like I said, it causes harm, it causes damage, it causes disruption. People are just living peacefully as brothers and sisters. Today we have the Muslim areas, Christian areas. Why? Because somebody decided that I want to disrupt this relationship. So it came up with false information that generated hatred, conflict, and people will tell you, if it's as far as it's this person I don't trust, as far as that person I can never stay where this person is, and there's no trust. So we have to be deliberate about the things we do or the activities we engage in. Whatever we do, we should know that they're acceptable standards and rules, and their policies too. Whether be it a community or a group or whatsoever that you're in, find out the rules first before you start engagement. Don't just start engaging before they tell you, no, this is not allowed. Then you know, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to take it down. A lot of times we do that. You have been in a group page and you do not see anybody posting anything outside the description, but you will now post and they will tell you you are not supposed to. Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Apologies, I'll bring it down.
That only means that you don't even care about the regulations in the first place, so you did not even read it. And that's one mistake that a lot of us make. You go on the social media before you log in. Okay, honestly, not everybody has the time to read that. It's just too much. The instruction, rules and regulations, do's and don'ts.
Always tiny.
It's and it's really always tiny.
Tidy and bulky.
And bulky.
I'm telling you.
So
Keep
basically,
it
not
at your detriment.
not everybody cares to take a look at it.
Mm.
But it's really important if we take those steps, those
Mm.
tiny little steps, understand what you're signing up to do and understand what you're signing up for, so that when you get your hands into it, you're going to do it rightly. And if you do it rightly within the confines of the rules of that platform that you're in, it actually gives you a better usage of the platform you're using. It gives you a better way to utilize these platforms. It gives you that arena. So we really need to be keen on regulations. Regulations are not punishments. They're not imprisonments or something. No, they're not trying to just make your life miserable. No, they just aid you to have a better life. It's really, we really need to rearrange our mindset towards that, so that when you see regulations like this, you know how to approach it and you know how to do it right. One thing that we really need to understand about the social media and misconduct is that whatever action you take, whatever thing you've written, has its repercussions. Someone who wrote something so long time ago had the opportunity to be in power. At the end of the day, he still got that position though, but because of what he had posted earlier on, a lot of people came out to say, no, this person is not the right candidate to be in this position. He should not be holding this much power over the country because of what he has said previously. And then you find the government coming out to defend this, oh no, this person learned over time. But that doesn't mean that the citizens of that community have accepted that person.
Some of them didn't even get to didn't get to be elected because of the certain posts they made like some years back.
Exactly.
So that's why the implication or the effect might not be in the short time, but it might be in the long run.
Exactly.
Just when you think that is your social media space, or because you want to contest for a position, okay, let me just delete everything. People have saved it. Today we see people that are against government in power, like saying all manner of things, but then the world doesn't forget. They go back and dig what they say that was in support of the government. So now, because it didn't favor you, you are now trying to turn your back. Recall the issue of protest against hike in petrol. Like the top people that were protesting, now that it is far above what it is, you are saying, where are those people?
Can't find them.
Where are you? I thought you were among those that were fighting the previous government, saying this and that. Where are you now? You cannot talk. You lose your respect. Even if the law does not catch up with you, like you're not being arrested, like it brings down your image, your reputation before right-thinking people.
Exactly.
So let's just be guided. People, a lot of times, you post something and when you are thinking of, let me delete it, people have screen grab and saved it already. And then you want to deny, see it. And once they bring it, the evidence, there's nothing you can do again. Starts hearing, I want to sincerely apologize, bringing big grammar to cover up your misconduct. But then, no matter how it's already
out
there.
there.
So the best thing to do is that while you engage on social media, you're about to post, you're about to comment. It might not be on your post. Most times we think until it's on my timeline, but you go to other people's page and communities, and then when there's an issue, say this man is a stupid idiot. Like you say things and you think it's only the admin of that group and then the people inside that group are seeing. Facebook might put suggested posts to everybody because it was paid for, and then people will see what you have said. Tomorrow you want to come and stand and hold mic and say things that are against that.
And what she just said, we had a time where someone said something on a platform, and this cost her life. She said it on the platform, and it cost her life. I believe a number of us will remember that time. And this is something that she just said in a group. And the people that ended up killing her were not even members of her group. So a lot of times we go ahead and say things and do things, and we just think that, oh no, there's no repercussion, there's no there's nothing that will happen. I've said
Mm.
it. I've said it.
Mm.
It's not going to amount to anything at the end of the day. On the long run, nobody's going to come after me for it. But there is always repercussion for every action.
Mm.
That's the rule of the world, people.
And I think it's very important for all of us that use the social media to know the reason why we are there. I think time without number we talked about this particular issue, the issue of purpose, the issue of reason why you are in a particular place at a particular time and
Yeah,
doing what you
exactly.
are doing, you know, at that time. Because I just see some people being just insensitive and careless about everything, and they feel and some they feel they can just do anything and just get away with it. And that's why I asked the question I asked earlier: is it that is our own social media platforms in this site that wasn't like guided with rules and regulations on how we do things? And then you see, I want to link it with the discussion as we had yesterday about social intelligence, because you can't be in a community and then your social intelligence is zero. Because I just look at people in such platforms, people that don't care about what happened to the next person, or whether the person that is reading your comment or the person that is seeing your post or something. Like, if we are sensitive with things, then we have to reason with one another. I have to consider choice. I have to consider prudence. I have to factor them, whatever I am doing. I have to see from where are you coming, your background, your level of education. Is this someone that understand things fast, or is it a slow someone that articulate fast, or someone that it takes him time? So you have to balance this. So when you are approaching people, and I like it when you talked about the issue of this communication skill, that you have to, be conscious about that, to be deliberate and get it and know it, not just knowing it, but knowing it well. Because by that is when you will be able to communicate well. As you are communicating, you are factoring all of those things that I've said, in your communication. Because I feel, okay, if I'm saying this, how will Joyce read it? From which angle will she see it, and from which angle Prudence will see it? And then at the end of the day, what impact am I going to give with whatever I am bringing out? And how will I say what I'm giving out, how detrimental is going to be to someone that is seeing the post or is reading the post? It is very important, because it shows that we are being considerate. Because when you consider other people, then it guides the way you do certain things. And I believe in the Bible, that's the reason why Paul was saying, if eating meat can make someone offensive when it comes about portraying Christ, he feel he should not eat that meat. And it's not just meat, but he's not trying to just say, anything that you are doing that the after effect will look questionable to your beliefs and values and your faith, is better you think twice about it, and you find a way of putting it in the right perspective, that people will understand that you are doing this is not because you don't want, but you are feeling if you go this way, it's going to affect my neighbor, and then my neighbor is not going to see Christ in the right direction. And you see, people doesn't even see, like, we coming from this angle, like talking about our faith, Christians, and we just feel this is what the world is giving, because it's a social media platform, everybody is there. And then what mostly is happening there is things that you will hear people say, I don't care. Like you rightly said, it's my data, it's my phone, it's my space, and so on and so forth. All the issue of cruise and the rest. And then you find us, falling into those traps. And then instead of us showing the light in the way and manner that we use those platforms, you don't see Christ, reflecting in our posts, in the way we even conduct ourselves. Now we're talking misconduct, and then you start asking, is this person Christian? If you go back to the Bible, is it the right way to even behave generally that this person is taking it to social media? And what are the rules guiding the social media? And then this person called himself Christian and he's not adhering. So I think it's very, very important, and it's very key for us to put that into perspective. If you are using any of this platform and you are a Christian, please be an example in that group, because everybody is doing it doesn't mean it's the right thing. And because everybody is not doing it doesn't mean it's wrong. So we just have to understand this. And I believe if we are be able to think for one another, reason for one another, put one another first, then it will curtail some of these excesses. And definitely you will not see this behavior,
The Bible
out
says
there.
wisdom is profitable to direct, and in all you're getting, get wisdom.
Get wisdom.
It's very important that you know where your right starts and where your right ends. You should know what freedom is relative. What you consider freedom might not be freedom in the law. So what is the law saying concerning social media operation and even interaction? What are acceptable standards and then rules? What are the things that constitute misconduct? When you know these things, then it's going to guide you in how you interact on social media. But it's very important that people understand that cyberbullying, harassment, misinformation, hate speech, all these things are misconduct on social media. So when you engage in communities or on your timeline, ask yourself the question, will this constitute cyberbullying? Will this cause harassment? Is this a misinformation? Is this going to cause disruption? Will this damage an individual reputation or the community or the society or the country? Will this cause disruption and eventually conflict? Ask yourself. When you answer all of these questions and you think it is good that you comment or you post, then go ahead. But if you are not sure, like the communicators will always say, you leave out. Anything you're not sure. In
Leave
journalism, you leave it out. Don't say I think, or you say I'm not really sure. Because when the law catch up with you, you must give evidence. And where there is no evidence, you will learn the hard way.
Really, you learn the hard way. It's just really important that you be a considerate person. You be a human, not just human as in physically, but human in the heart. Be someone who has emotions and culture, so that you would be able to curtail some of the excesses that we go out and do. You need to be considerate about one another, think for one another. We've been saying this, in fact, throughout the week. Think for one another. It's really important. We need to always do that, because the moment we decide to just live our lives selfishly without caring about the next person, we definitely would have excesses.
I think
So
I
you
should
need to
quickly
curtail
take
that.
the comment too as well. Sorry to
Yeah,
cut you
that's
there.
true.
Please go ahead.
Josiah he's saying, I congratulate the Equa Television for a good job. Thank you, Josiah. We also have Elijah saying, kudos to you all inside the studio, the presenters and all the crew members. Thank you, Elijah. Iyabo is saying, in fact, these are educative interaction section. More blessings and wisdom. We appreciate you, Iyabo. We also have Barnabas saying, a big goza to Equa TV. Thank you so much. A big goza to you too.
Well, with the comment, I think that's the much we can take for this session. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Prudence, for doing this with me.
Always a pleasure.
Well, viewer, we appreciate you for giving us your precious time for us to do this together. In fact, we are learning too, and we appreciate all your comments. Please keep them coming as we continue to do this together, because without you, we wouldn't have been here. So you are the reason why we're here, and we thank you so much for appreciating what we are doing. And we want to see you next week, Monday, with fresh edition. We want to say thank you for the Equa executive for creating this platform. Thank you for the crew, for making it possible for people to do this with us out there. And we want to say, just try your possible best to project Christ in whatever you do, because in Christ there is proper conduct. Thank you for doing this today with us. God bless you. Bye bye for now.